Okay, hey guys, I am going to quickly go over the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do round two. I got this, as I said, from Michaela from Michaela's Bookshelf, doing my episode one of going over just everything I've done so far for the past month. As she did, she started on the 1st of July. It technically didn't start till the 7th, but I also will count it as July 1st for me as well because I'm counting any books I read in July up until now towards any prompts if I can. So, really quickly, introduction. Um, this is from Cordy. I will have her linked for her YouTube channel. I did also add into the spreadsheet the countdown date to know how many days I have left because I just do better when I know how many days I have till I am done. So first sheet is the bingo board that she has, and each one of them has a link that will jump straight to the spreadsheet that you need to go to, which I think is nice. This handy dandy tracker here that shows all the books you've read and the said prompt that you put them towards, which I like. As I said, I started with my July books that I read and tried to put them towards prompts. When I first did this, I was doing it for multiple sheets if I could with one book, but then I found out you could only do technically two prompts. You can get more points, which is in this sheet here, and you can triple up, I believe. But you have to get the points to do so. So I'm going to just go back and see what I can to do double prompts. The first thing for sure I do have set in stone are these books here for the readathon prompt. They are for sure that prompt because they are picked for that specific sheet, as well as if I can double up with them, I can. And then, as I said, the books I read in July, I have went in back and seen if I can see how many multiple prompts I can get for each one. So we do have quite a few here that are filled in now that have their two prompts that they can have, but it's still a work in progress, and I like being able to fill in all the different things here. The next one is all of your stats that you put in once you fill all of this sheet out. It will do it for you, as I don't have any of the states yet or worlds yet because I am a fantasy reader, so a lot of them will not have a set state or, country, continent. So that will probably be not filled out, but the rest of it is filled out for you. I have one book so far for each author. And then, main color so far I have is just orange because that's the only one I've said the color is for. So I'm still working on actually putting these books into the things. Like I said at the beginning, I was putting all these books in that I would fit for the prompt, but then I realized I can only use them for two prompts. So I've actually went in back and tried to fix things. So it's a work in progress. So there's the stats page, and then the point calculator is you I guess you put the book in and then see how many more of these you can do. And then once you get those points, it actually goes into the tracker and puts it here. But as I said, with the point calculator, you can get a triple up. And I just watched Michaela's video, and it does say that you have to get to 250 to use the triple up. So I definitely am very far away from getting that, but I still have not also filled this all the way through. Our next sheet is by the hundreds. So this is where I actually have books put in, but I need to make sure that I'm not doing more than a double up on the book. So I have read this one, so I highlighted it that I read it. And so that way I know once they're all highlighted, I can do the check spot. Michaela also made a good point that she's not going to submit the books to Cordy until she has actually checked off this box, which I think is good as well. So that way I can just go by the sections that I've actually done the section. So that's good. And I have wrote down potentials and books I have read that will fit. So however I can make them work, I'll make them work. We have the 24-hour readathon. These are just potentials by the shortest books on the hundreds here. I've already technically read these two books, but I haven't done an actual full 24-hour readathon. I was just doing you put the 24-hour readathon on and then you just read as much as you can, turn it off, and then you just do it until it's over with instead of staying up for 24 hours and trying to read. So we'll see. I might do a separate vlog As I said, I've already technically read these two books, but I think I already have them marked for other things. But this is a work in progress. It might be even reset with whole other books and pages. The next one is a subgenre of choice. I did romance because it was the easiest for me, and I've already done the two books here for romantasy and historical, and so now I just have paranormal, fairy tale, dystopian, and contemporary. So I have those books to read. Now, this is one of those ones that is a purple prompt, so I want to for sure do the purple prompts more than I do the white prompts. So if I can definitely get the purple prompt booked to have an option, like, let me go back here. So, like this here, so subgenres of choice, if I can do that and then also do by the hundreds, and that be the only two prompts that it does, which means it has a purple prompt and a white prompt, I'm going to do that. If that made sense. So, that is that one. And then we have the series Staircase. I've already changed this. I had it where this was Tusk Love, but I use Tusk Love in more than one section, so I changed it to Holy Knit. And then this one had the Lord of Stereo um, quadruple books or whatever, however you call it. And I do not like that book at all. It is a boring time for me, but I need to read it for the bingo board I have, so I'm going to at least read it and then be done with the series. But I do love this book here that I read, and I definitely want to read the rest of them, so I put those in instead. Award season, I'm gonna have to go back and do again because I found out you have to have a winner on here, and so this will not work because the winner that they had for this year was a Sarah J. Maas book, and I told myself I would never read Sarah J. Maas because it's just too much and too many to read, and I just would rather have, if I have to read a series at all, I'd rather just do a trilogy or a duology in fantasy when it comes to fantasy. Just that way. So, yeah, this doesn't work. I found one I can do, so I'm going to be changing that, and I can technically read the winner because my friend has the book, so I need to change this. But as I said, this is also a work in progress. TBR game challenge. I'm going to be doing actually not the Bookopoly, but the Spookopolython that Becca also did from Beck in the Books. So I'll be doing that soon and be doing a whole video for that once I get those prompts and the books filled out here. And then check that off. And then we had the last 10 years. Like I said, was putting books into multiple sections. So, um, like here, I had the Healing Rancher's Heart, but I already have it for two different prompts. So I need a new 2023 book, and I also need a new 2025 book because Tusk Love is in multiple prompts already. And then also for these two because they're already in multiple prompts. So I just need to go through and make sure each book already has double prompts, and if not, make it to where it has double prompts. I have not worked on the adaptations page at all, so we'll just skip over that. The disability challenge one I really like because where is it? Do 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 do. The lemon cake one, that's all that her series is about is disabilities, and so I was going to use it for this challenge, but then I forgot that I also had the Making Out with Mermaid book here that I read that was an amputee, so I used it instead because I hadn't used it for a different prompt. And I have Holy Knit here for depression, so I used it as a disability challenge, and then I looked into other disability books, and I found this one's actually going to be coming out next year, and I loved it because how the font is. It's Love in Runes, and the character, it literally says in the description of the book that she has OCD. I don't know this character, but I put that there for potential. And then A Curse So Dark and Lonely, the sister character in this book has cerebral palsy, so I put that down. And then this book I actually really wanted to get when it came out, and I just never did, but it's One for All. It's a female musketeer, and she has chronic illness. So these three I still need to get to read, but I'm excited to read this. Heritage Month I have not looked into yet. Translation challenge have not looked into yet, but I do know that there is the book Little Prince, I think, on Kindle Unlimited that I was going to read for a different time, and it was a French translated book. Around the World have not looked into yet. The even bigger rainbow challenge, I have books put into and have selected the ones I've already read, so I still need to fill this one out. Make a quote, I've not done yet. Spooky creatures, I have definitely worked on. I just need another magic user, which I need to unselect this till I fill it back in, but I need another magic user book, and then I just need to read the vampire book and the ghost book and the zombie book. But everybody else that I've already read, I have put in for the thing. So, Hanging City has got the Rainbow Challenge and the Spooky Creatures, and the Making Out with Mermaid has the Disability and the Spooky Creatures, which I need to make sure that I made sure that that was the thing. So Hanging City, Spooky Creatures, and the Rainbow Challenge. And then Making Out with Mermaids. Yes, okay, so I got that correct. Which, let's go back to Spooky Creatures. Okay, so now we go to become the avatar. And I have put in the word in the title here, which I didn't realize when she was showing it that there was that up here. So I can do that, and then I just, for me personally, if I can, I'll do the cover image as well, but you only have to do the 4. So I have these Deathless Shores for the water, the Songbird and the Heart of Stone for earth, the Flames and Fated Mates for fire, and the Air Lords upon for air. So, and then I just need to do books with covers that have those things, so I think that will be easier. And then we have the Readathon Challenge, which is my Aureliums that I told y'all at the beginning that I for sure already have books set for it because this is my fall semester books and their prompts. So I definitely have them selected at least for that on the board. We have animals to do. We have house pets, exotic pets, farm animals, wild animals, zoo animals to do. We have the queer alphabet. And so far I've already put in this book for the lesbian prompt. Then we have the your favorite prompt from the first one, and I don't know which one I'm going to do just yet. I kind of wanted to see how the rest of this is going until I can figure this out, but I might do garage sale, find 3 books and read them because I love thrifting books. I think there was another one that was like that. Or find a local author section at your indie bookstore and read that one. I do have the Kingdom of Elspar book, was an indie local author. I actually got it at my local bookstore in my town, so I might do that there. So that might be what I do for that challenge, but we'll see. I haven't got that set in stone. I have not worked on the BIPOC author just yet. I just did this yesterday, the new releases challenge. I went in and got all the books so far for July all the way up until next June. Um, so I have read the book for July. It came out and I read it in that same month. And so I need to read August. I just realized in Michaela's video as well that she said that in the first round you had only 30 days to do the new releases challenge, and in round 2 we have 60 days. So I have technically 2 months to read this. So if I don't get to this by the end of August, and I'm filming this on the 20th, then I have September to read it as well. And it will be easy because it's on Kindle Unlimited, and I have this one on Kindle, which is the next one's thing. So these should be easy to get to and get done in the time frame that I need to get them done. And then after that, I had to actually go get the books here. These are my anticipated releases that I have for the year. And then this is actually, I did not know was a thing, but it's a novella for the Study in Drowning book. And I still need to read both the first one and the second one before this one comes out. So but yeah, I have all the rest of the year filled out, and I can't wait to get to all of these books. I'm very excited actually to get to all of these. Um, Quickly, I got Tough Love because it's a Critical Role book, and I love Critical Role. And I have read the Crowns and Aeaxia series, all of them up to date until the Songbird, Hearthstone, and this one that is the one after that one, The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk. So I'm excited to get to this one, but I have to, of course, read the first one before I get to this. And I also have this as, oh, you know what? I'm slowly finding these out when I'm doing this, but the Fallen Kiss of Dust. I can do readathon and the new release on that one as well because I have it in there as that. Um, so yeah, and then this one I got off of the first reads for Amazon. I don't know much about it besides that it was a fantasy book, so I grabbed it. Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I'm going to be getting obviously because I read Bride and I loved it. Brigands and Bread Knives is actually going to be a prequel to the prequel that was Bookshops and Bone Dust of Legends and Lattes. So I'm excited to get back into this. And like I said, this is going to be like a novella, I think, or a prequel for the Study in Drowning book. And then Isabel Ibanez, I love as an author, so I saw she has this new one coming out called Graceless Heart. So I can't wait to get it. This is actually, I've been trying to finish the book Near Duke Well. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that title, but this is in that series as well, so I'm excited to get to that one. Love Song, I don't know anything about it besides it is by Ella Kennedy, and I don't need to know much more than that because I love her as an author. Sarah Beth Durst is actually coming out with another book called The Faraway Inn, which I'm excited to read. The Direbound book that I'm going to be reading, they had the Furry Bound coming out in May, and the To Kill the Monstrous Gods is the second to a book I have, which I don't remember what the title is. I actually got it for my husband, but I want to read it, and the next one of it is coming out in June. So I'm excited to get to these books and get them read for the new release challenge. And then challenge yourself. I have not thought of a challenge to do just yet. I might be doing the backlog books of books I've added to my Goodreads back in like 2021 and 2022 that I added to Goodreads way back when and just have not even read yet. So that might be a thing just to get also a lot of my physical books done because I didn't get a Kindle until I think 2022, 2023, because that's when I really started adding a lot more books to my want to read list because I found a bunch of books off of Kindle Unlimited I wanted to read. So that might be my challenge. We'll see. I have not looked into the nonfiction challenge yet. I have not looked into Q's recommendations just yet. And that's it. So that is the HRCYED um, round two spreadsheet, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, round two. I do, like I said, I do have quite a few done with multiple prompts being already acquired, so that's good. I just need to go through and make sure that everybody has at least 1 to 2 prompts. If I could make it work to where they have 2 prompts, that would be great. So that way everybody gets accounted for, especially if I can, because these books are a priority specifically for this readathon. So I would love to get them their second prompts as well if I can. And yeah, that's everything. I will see y'all in the next video. As I said, I do now with this challenge have quite a few blogs and things I want to do for you guys in the future. So until then, stay sweet, cupcakes. Bye.